Good evening, councillors, staff, members of the public. I declare the Ordinary Council meeting on the 1st of November 2023 open at 5:30 p.m. Please stand. I wish to acknowledge the Gadigal people as the traditional custodians of the land that we're meeting on and recognise their strength, resilience and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Thank you. Item number 3. This meeting is being live streamed and audio recorded to facilitate community participation for minute-taking purposes, which may be released upon request to third parties. In accordance with Clause 6.16, the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders, Local Law 2014, members of the public are not permitted to use any visual, audio, electronic device or instrument to record the proceeding of any meeting unless the person has been given permission by the presiding member to do so. Members of the public are also reminded that in accordance with Clause 617-4 of Standing Orders, mobile phones must be switched off and not be used during the meeting. 3.1 Attendance. I note that all councillors are present and the attendance will be listed under the minutes under 3.3. 3.2 Attendance by telephone. Entertainers communication, there is nil. 3.3 Apologies, there is nil. 3.4 Approved leave of absence. CEO, do you have any approved leaves of absence?
There is none, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, CEO. 3.5 Disclosure of interest. CEO, have you received any disclosures of interest at all?
I've received none so far, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Item 4, application for approved leave of absence. CEO, are there any applications for approved leave?
Again, I've received none, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Item 5, response to previous questions. Response to questions received at the Ordinary Council meeting held on the 27th of September 2023 have been provided to individuals and are detailed in the agenda. Item 6, public time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity for members of the public to ask questions of Council in regards to tonight's agenda and business of local government. Clause 6.7-3 of the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders Local Laws requires members of the public wishing to ask questions to complete the question form and place the completed form in the tray provided. If myself as a providing member determines that questions and statements are out of order due to offensive or objectionable expression or defamatory, they will not be considered, recorded nor responded to. 6.1 Public question time. I declare public question time open at 5:33 p.m. Mr. CEO, have you received any public questions at all?
I've received none, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Do any members of the public wish to ask any questions at all? Yes. Thank you, Roger. Please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you. Is that microphone working? Sorry, is that microphone working for you?
Thank you.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Roger. Thank you.
At the last council meeting, as a result of an address by the CEO to Port Hedland Industry Council, I asked the question in relation to a statement that he made. He said that at that meeting that as part of the Spoilbank development, a caravan park would be part of that. My question at the time was, can Council confirm whether or not there's been adequate provision for sewerage and drainage or words to that effect in that particular development? Now, I've not had a response from Council at all since that meeting, so my question is, when will I get a response to that question?
Okay, CEO,
I'm certainly aware that there was a response. I believe the Director provided that response, so I'm not quite sure why it's not made its way to you, Mr. Higgins, and I apologise for that. I'll find out and make sure it's sent to you.
Right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Roger. Thank you. Do we have any more public questions at all? Yes, Commissioner, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Yeah, John Ashenden, 11 Spoonbill Crescent, South Hedland. Good evening, all, and welcome to the new sitting councillors. My first question tonight is in relation to the voting of members tonight for the Audit, Risk and Compliance Committee. In Section 5, composition of the committee members, Section 5.4 it states that members taken collectively will have a broad range of skills and experience in accounting or related financial management, with an understanding of accounting and auditing standards in a public sector environment. As it is quite obvious, the previous committee members did not have these required skill sets, hence why we have a $100 million budget blowout. This is the whole reason of the committee, to keep these things from happening in the first place. So seeing as the committee must consist of at least 3 councillors, I would like to ask through the chair each councillor if they feel they have a good understanding of accounting and financial management as stated in section 5, subsection 5.4, to perform the required duties.
We'll take that on notice, thank you.
Take it on
Next
notice.
question.
Point of order.
Yes, councillor.
Can refer to 6.7. 8A in standing orders. I make a comment if you like, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, councillor.
I'd like to see questions answered by the public, and if you're unable to answer those questions, then can we then ensure that the section of the standing orders is put in place, which means you can pass that question to a council member that is able to answer it, and if no council member is then able to answer it, then we can pass it to the CEO to answer. But what we have been doing previously, I'm not happy with, so I would like us to engage with the public a little bit better and answer the questions. If you can't, like I said, if you can't answer them, that's fine, then pass it to a council member.
Good. Thank you, councillor. Yeah, I might just. The previous committee was set up. Was myself, Councillor Turner, and Councillor Urquhart. Councillor Turner was the chair. Yeah, and yourself. That's it. Yeah.
Through the chair, I'd like to respond. So I have been the previous chair for the ARC. I would dispute your claim that there's a $100 million blowout. I'm not sure where you've come to that conclusion. So that should be challenged, and I'm sure we can provide a response to that through the Director of Finance. Secondly, in terms of the experience that sit on the ARC has performed its functions, its responsibilities to the satisfaction of the...
So you have accounting and financial management skills, as per that says there.
So it's not for debate, okay? It's not for debate. Let Councillor Turner
have
continue.
a range of experience, and the membership of the ARC was constituted as per our rules and satisfied those rules. So I'm confident in the ability of the council, and I'm confident in the ability of the executive. The membership of the ARC will be decided tonight in accordance with our rules. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Turner. Councillor Christian, do you want to...
As you've put the question to the members of that committee, I stood on the committee with myself, Councillor Turner and Councillor Bennett. To answer your question directly, no, I don't have any formal training or accreditations in the world of accounting.
States in there a good understanding.
Yeah.
It's not for debate, sorry.
So I'd like to think that I've done my due diligence to fulfil the role as was requested. I will draw reference to the community and allow some sort of peace of mind is that on board of that committee we have independent auditors that come on board who conduct the audits. Out of that audit they present us with a report we read through the report. We, as councillors, we debate the report ourselves. Go to the meeting where we have director of corporate finances who sits there with us to help us go through the details if there are any specific questions in which we don't understand. And I will say we have debated a lot of things that have come through. We've identified some gaps that were identified, and we've as a group we've actually closed out a lot of actions that were identified. And I will put everyone at mind, a lot of these things that are identified only from what we can see is minor issues. So more like administrational sort of fix-ups that were no longer needing to be there or needed to be changed up. So much to what Councillor Turner has said, I feel that we've committed to what we have done, and I too would also challenge your thought process of being $100 million over on a budget. So my door's open. You got my number. Please reach out to me. More than happy to come sit down with you guys to understand where this money is and what the gap is. So if you do have concerns, please, more than happy.
Okay, do you have another question?
On the 31st of May Ordinary Council meeting, I asked a question relating to rates and the increases that was taken on notice. The answer I received from the Manager of Financial Service was not understanding or I was not understanding or happy with. The reply was as follows: your rates increased due to GRV increases, which is carried out by Landgate and advised to the town and not therefore determined by the town of Port Hedland. The rate in the dollar charge decreased over the period by 2.783 cents in the dollar. The explanation as to the percentage changes are explained in the notes section of the table and provided at their ordinary council meeting on the 31st of May 2023. So I would like to re-ask that question again, and hopefully either the Mayor or one of the councillors or administration up there tonight could please clarify the question. And that question being in regards, I would like to hand out the graph I've printed from page 13 of the SCM meeting. Last year, we were told there was a 2.5% rate rise. Putting aside, as stated in the minutes, the complex accounting that is needed to put together the rate amounts we are charged, which it shouldn't be complex, it should be simple for the average truck driver to be able to understand it. My rates increased from $1,889.62 to $2,239. That is an 18.48% increase. If you have a look at the graph supplied, pink, 2021, agreed rate was 0%. But the actual increase was 9.4%. The following column, 21-22, increase of 2%, actual was 16.95%. Next column, agreed 2.5%, actual 7.81%. And the last column doesn't have all the numbers yet, but agreed 3.5%, but already you've predicted 4.2 increase when you finalise that budget. Could you please explain how that works? As I see it, you are compounding your interest on the new figures each year, so you're putting interest on interest and not the original base figure.
Thank you, John. I'll pass it over to the Director of Finance, Steve, to maybe clarify some of that information for you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And Mr. Ashenden, I will have to take that one on notice because I started after the budget was adopted, and what you have raised is a very fair question which has several factors which contribute towards the amount of rates required for a budget, which then establishes a rate in a dollar, which then does get slightly complicated, but I should just say affected by any movements in your property's valuation. So there's several aspects there which I would need some time to go and have a look at in order to give you a thorough answer, which I'll endeavour to do.
Yeah, I understand that Landgate set that factor, but it doesn't mean that you, as a council, have to increase the rates. It's only a guide for you, so you don't have to put them up.
That is absolutely correct. The budget deficiency to be made up through rates is literally apportioned over the value. So if the values increase through a revaluation process, the rate and the dollar charge correspondingly decreases. That is what happens.
Right.
Do you have any other questions at all?
Third, additionally, I would like to understand who authorised expenditure exceeding the established budget limit of 100 million, budget limit by $100 million, which apparently is all dispute. It is my understanding that once a budget limit is set and reached, any further spending beyond the designated budget should be brought back to the council for re-evaluation and approval. The funds in question do not belong to the council, but rather the town, and they have been entrusted to your care. Who is responsible in the council for the apparent failure to fulfil their duties?
Once again, I'll pass it over to finance. I think you might have to take that on notice as well, but I'll ask them.
Thank you. Through the Mayor, I will get back to you with a more thorough answer. A budget is a best forecast as to what a project's likely expenditure will be. There are reports that come through on a monthly basis. There is a material variance reporting threshold which is established, as well as adopting the budget. But I'll put something together more formally for you and have that back to you within the fortnight.
So you're saying there is no budget blowout, that you just can go and...
Not for debate. Thank you. He'll get back to you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. That's it. That's your 3 questions. Thank you very much. Do you have any more public questions at all? Thank you. Can you please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please? Thank you.
My name is Marion Browning and I am at Osprey Village, South Headland. Right, I've got a little bit of paperwork that I'd like to hand out if that's okay.
Yes, sir, that's fine.
Cool.
Yes.
There's a lot. And I don't expect you all to read it, but I do
That's
need
okay.
you to have it for probably statement time, so just bear with me. Sorry, everybody.
That's okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So as I said, that document is probably more for statement time, but I just wanted to give it to you now. So my first question is, am I in a safe environment here to speak up about community issues in this public forum without any backlash for doing so. Can I please ask through the chair that each individual council are able to answer that, please?
I would assume so, yes.
So,
Through the chair, I'll start it. I believe this will be a safe place, and you can guarantee nothing comes from my end of the area.
and no backlash? Okay, thank you. So I'm safe to proceed? Beautiful. So without prejudice, did the Mayor authorise the media release in the newspaper article from the town of Port Hedland in relation to Gibson Close being a massage parlour or allegedly being a brothel?
I authorise the media release for the massage parlour.
Sorry?
I authorise the media release for a massage parlour.
Okay, thank you. Again, without prejudice. You have obviously approved the media release. It is clear that you've agreed that all residing council members at the time received all the relevant information, including the complaint, documentation that it pertains to being allegedly services of a brothel than a home-based massage parlour. So my question is, were all the councillors given all the above-mentioned information to formally assess and then decide on the approval of the home-based massage business in Gibson Close?
I believe all the councillors gave due consideration to the course before that meeting, correct? Yes.
Cool.
Do you want to make a comment on that?
Through the chair, there was, as I think was discussed previously with councillors, there was the briefing that was provided to councillors while I was on leave. This is back in, I think it was August, where there was discussion around the use of the premises and the potential for it to be used as a brothel. That was, as far as I'm aware, was discussed at the briefing, and councillors were able to make an informed choice at the time of the council meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, so without prejudice, is the Mayor and or any of the administration restricting information to some of the councillors?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
The three
So
questions.
without prejudice, I've spoken to two council members in which they have both told me that they, in fact, did not receive all the information required to make an informed decision, and one sent an email to the administration staff, to two administration staff on the 18th of the 10th, stating, one extract from the email is, "I'm not happy with media response, implying that I had received everything, nor am I happy to be put into this situation to where it's implied that I've received all information during a briefing when I made it very clear via the phone when I rang you that I had no idea about any of this."
I'll take that question on note. I'll get back to on that question. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And
That was your fourth question. Thank you very much. Thank you. Do we have any more public questions at all? Thank you.
sorry, what was
Yes,
that
can you
last
please
bit?
come forward, state your name and address.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
I'll take that on note. I'll get back to you on that last question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I only have one more, if it's okay.
It's fine. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you. You've had. Great. Thank you. Can you please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brendan Milstead. I'm 1 Gibson Close in South Hedland. Just want to ask all the councillors, you guys have got kids. Most of you, yeah? Would you be happy if your kids come and have a play date in my street? Knowing there's a knock shop 2 doors down. Men walking past my house, going to do their business, walking back past my kids. Fair question?
Yeah, I find that question completely out of context. I'm sorry.
How?
Yeah, sorry. I find that question completely out of
Point of
order.
order.
Yes, Councillor.
As before, 6.78A.
What's the point of order, Councillor?
Mr Mayor, if you don't want to answer the question, pass the question over to one of the council members.
to answer, but that question I don't believe is out of order. That is a fair question to be asked from a member of the public, especially a member of the public that's in that street. So I don't see how it is out of order and it should be answered. Could I have a ruling on that point of order, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, the ruling is, I think it's out of order. Thank you very much.
Motion of dissent.
What's your dissent, Councillor?
I had a seconder. Can we go to a vote?
It's not a tough question.
A motion of dissent? Yeah. Yeah. All those in favour of the motion of dissent? Five.
Mr. Mayor, I have the majority.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, have the majority. Fine. Please proceed.
I'd like to answer the question.
As your question was, do you like people that walking down your street?
Would you have your kids at my house for a play date, knowing there's a knock shop, massage parlour,
Well,
$2
we're not saying it's a knock shop at all.
Well, I'm saying it is.
That's your opinion.
That's the evidence I've provided to you guys.
That is your opinion.
Well, no, it's in the evidence. Have a
That
read.
is your opinion. Thank you. That's your opinion.
So the answer to the question is?
That is your...
Even if it's a massage parlour, 2 doors down from my house, gentlemen parking their cars, waiting for their turn to go in, my kids are riding their bikes out in the street. Is that something that you would be happy with in your street?
As a massage parlour, I don't have a problem being a massage parlour. And as far as we're concerned, we believe it is a massage parlour.
Okay, so the evidence that's been put in front of you from Ez,
Well, until we look at the evidence properly, we've only been given it
it's the
tonight.
second time you've been presented with it.
Well, until we look at it thoroughly. Okay, I'll take it on notice. We'll and get back to you. No problems at all.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Do you have any more public questions at all? Yes, do you please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Gillian Fisher. I'd just like to congratulate all the new councillors. Woohoo! Go, you good thing. Yes. Anyway, just let me organise myself here. Now, thank you for putting in the massive amount of attachments to this meeting. It was definitely a lot to get through, but I ploughed on and I got there in the end. And the agenda, that was very good. Things that came up in the attachments for me, I just have a few questions about that. There's one with the credit card information for August. I just wanted to find out what went on the 31st of August in Perth. Was there like staff training, or was there a councillors meeting, or was there something that the mayor was involved in? I'm not quite sure.
31st of August.
It wasn't on the statement. It wasn't on your meeting detail for August. So, hang on, wherever August is. Where did August go?
I'm happy to take it on notice and get back to you on that one. I haven't got the file in front of me.
Okay, yeah, no, well, I'll just explain where I'm getting my questions
that's
from
okay.
anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, thank you.
So, in that, looking through the credit card details, there's 10 lists for accommodation in Perth at the Crown Promenade in Perth for the 31st.
I think that was the
yeah.
Wagga Conference, I think it was, from memory.
Sorry, was it the...
Wagga Conference? Could be the Wagga Conference, but yeah, keep going, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious as to, like, there was three rooms or whatever that was $290.60, which is fine, that's Perth prices. One that was $555.48, and then 6 that was $665.61. Like, is that just a little bit over the top for Port Hedland and what we're prepared to pay to send our people to other
We'll
places?
find out for you. I mean, it could have just been 2 nights together, 3 nights together, which made it $600, but we'll take that on notice and get back to you with those figures for you.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Rightio, my second question also relates to that period of time, an earlier time. There's one for the, bear with me here, on the 25th of the 8th for the QT in Perth, and that was for over $1,000. So I'm not quite sure what was that involved, and I can't see for the 25th. The only one I can see that there was people down in Perth or may have travelling with yourself. On the 24th, there was a Regional Capitals Alliance WA meeting. That was on the 24th of the 8th. But then on the 26th of the 8th, you met with Major General David Tomei, or should be Thomas, I don't know, AM and the Army Reserves. So I'm not quite sure why that one's over $1,000, but anyway, so that's another one for...
I'm happy to take that on those and give you a full detail of those for you.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
And the last one of my questions is about your mayor's meetings in August. So I'm looking at the 1st of August, and you had a meeting with RDA Pilbara and the Hoya Bin Group. Can you just tell me what, are these two different meetings, or are these...
They are meetings without notice, without questions, thank you.
Sorry?
They are meetings without questions, thank you. Two different meetings, yeah.
Two different meetings, yep, sorry, okay. I can't
It's
hear
okay, that's okay, thank you. Three questions, thank you.
Oh no, but that was the relationship to find. I just wanted to find out about this, what the RDA stood for, and what's this Hoya Bin Group?
RDA is the Regional Development Authority, Australia, yeah. RDA,
yep.
Regional,
Yep.
So, yeah.
And the Hoya Bin Group?
Construction company.
And where I had a look for it. I did a bit of things, and it's I googled it, and it looks like it's a Vietnamese company that's events, tourism, bookings, airlines, buses, and two other things that I can't read because it's in Vietnamese. I'm just wondering how they relate to our...
They are meetings without notice, thank you very much. You've had these 4 questions, thank you.
Okay. Well, I'd like those other ones.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Addressed.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's fine. Thank you. Do you have any more public questions at all? You've had some already. You've had 4. You've had 4. Sorry.
I just think I've actually handed out the wrong document. That's all it is. I just want to make sure if someone's got a statement at the top that they've got that right and swap it for the right document.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Do we have any more public questions at all? Yes, Ms. Gillingham, how are you? Please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Mayor Carter.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Jan Gillingham from 3 Simmons Street in Port Hedland. Haven't done this for a long time. Also, congratulations to our new sitting members. I just would like to say all the best, and that it is different behind the table, the other side. All right, so just giving you just a little bit of words of wisdom. I'd just like to ask a couple of questions, and it does relate to the OCM of the 30th of August, the agenda item with regard to 5 Gibson Close, South Hedland, and for the application for the licence regarding a massage parlour. My question is, as a recent councillor of the town of Port Hedland, why did I and other councillors not receive the email trails relating to the complaints that were sent in for the said application, when I and another councillor at the time, Renee Coles, received these email trails from a resident to our private emails regarding the massage parlour. There was toing and froing of questions about the complaint between a resident in that street and also the town of Port Hedland. Those emails are still on my email list at home. I would like to know why, when we had a briefing with the briefing that's been talked about tonight in public a week before, and our director was not here, and our environmental manager was in place. Why did we not receive all that information that had been toing and froing? Because I received that into my email box 3 days after the OCM meeting on the 30th. That's my first question, Mayor Carter.
Okay, I'm not too sure, Ms. Gillingham, why. No, I'll take it on notice and we'll get the director to respond to your questions for you.
And I believe then that all councillors did not receive that email trail.
Yeah, we'll find out. Okay, thank you.
It's disappointing when it's written in the paper that we did, and I just want to clarify that we did not. Well, I did not, and Councillor Cole at the time did not.
Okay.
Thank you. My second question is also that Mrs. Renee Coles, recent councillor, delivered those email trails and information to our CEO, Carl Askew, several days after the OCM of the 30th of August. So why were councillors not presented with this trail of emails that were toing and froing from the town of Port Hedland from our admin and our CEO, Carl Askew, days after the August OCM?
Once again, I'm not too sure why that wasn't done, but we'll certainly look into it for you and get back to you. Take it on notice for you. Yep.
Thank you. I would appreciate
no
those.
problems at all. Yep.
I would appreciate those answers.
Yep, no worries.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gillingham. Thank you. Do we have any more public questions at all? Okay, I will close public question time at 6:07. Okay, 6.2, public statement time. I declare public statement time open at 6:07. Mr. CEO, have you received any public statements at all?
I've received none, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, CEO. Do any members of the public have any public statements at all they'd like to talk? Yes, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
My name is Maren Browning and I live at Osprey Village in South Hedland. I did actually prepare a statement tonight, but I think maybe one of you might have it, which is on this document here. It should say document for councillors at the top, but if it says statement, that's mine. No? Okay. Well, this one's mine? Okay. So given that I've been told, and it's on record, that I am or will be safe to speak up about community issues in this public forum without a backlash, I will proceed without prejudice. I've provided you with some documentation from question time that will hopefully give you context to this statement, so please bear with me. This statement is in regards to an application for a home business application, Massage Services, 5 Gibson Close, South Hedland, where their services stated on the application are for Korean sports massage. It can help people relieve fatigue, relieve pain, and spend a pleasant time in a relaxed and pleasant atmosphere. Researching through the Town of Port Hedland Local Planning Scheme number 7, in which I'd like to bring to your attention on the very first page of the document that says for councillors. I've given you an extract from page 67 under the title Division 2 Land Use Terms Used in Scheme. Point 38, Land Use Terms Used. If this scheme refers to a category of land use that is listed in this provision, the meaning of that land use is as follows. And I'm going to just refer to the restricted premises that means in section B, what that means in section B. Restricted premises means the materials, compounds, preparations or articles which are used or intended to be used primarily in or in connection with any form of sexual behaviour or activity. So this appears to be pretty clear on what is classified as restricted premises. Which leads me to the next area of the same document, Part 3, Zone and Use of Land. In particular, number 17, zoning table. It does start on page 17, but I will refer you to page 19, which is on the document. I found the zoning table, table 4, zoning table for this scheme is as follows, and I've highlighted in yellow the restricted premises where it is clear that residential and restricted has an X. So on page 20 and 21, under Part 3, Zones and Use of Land, Section 18, interpreting zoning table under that point, 2, the symbols used in zoning table have the following meanings. The interpretation of X says, means that the use is not permitted by this scheme. Then it goes on to point 6 of Section 8. Section 18 on page 21, where it says the following. If the use of land is identified in a zone as being a Class X use, the local government must refuse an application for development approval for the zone unless, and I'll just refer to A, the development approval application relates to land that is being used for a non-conforming use. There's also Part B, which is on your document. Now, I know that this is not a land development as such. However, it does fall under Part 3, Zones and Land Uses. In the town of Port Hedland Local Planning Scheme number 7, the use is being the operative word here. Now, I know that the concerns have been raised previously at the OCM on the 30th of August, and again tonight, that this home-based massage, alleged brothel, parlour, as I was sent the meeting minutes by Deputy Mayor Councillor Christensen for another matter, but it is clearly stated in these minutes that a council decision, and I can reference the number, CM 202324/126 on page 67 of 135.12.3.1, point 4 and point 6 is what I'm going to actually talk about. So point 4, it actually states, and this is directly from the council meeting minutes, the home business hereby permitted must not be used for provision of sexual services as defined under the Prostitution Act of 2000. And I'm also going to go to point 6.1 where it says Monday to Saturday, 6 days only, 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. as the operational hours. So I've looked up the Prostitution Act of 2000 to find out what they stipulate as prostitution. So just to be clear, I'm going to read it to you, and you also have this on your document. Prostitution, when this Act refers to prostitution, it means prostitution in which payment is consideration for the sexual stimulation of a person, the client, by means of physical contact between the client and another person, the prostitute, or between either of them and anything controlled by or emanating from the other, and it is irrelevant whether payment is in money or any other form. So, now that you've actually got that into context, you'll also see on some other documents that I've included on mine as well, an advert from the paper and a text message that clearly brings these 2 points into question. Let's start with the advert title, New Asian Girl in Town. And please make note of the telephone number in the advert. Please now refer to the screenshot of the text message, and I'd like you to reference the front mobile number at the top of the message, and now look at the advert. The mobile number is the same as the advert in the message. So now you can see through the message that the message started at 10:19 a.m. However, the response from the mobile number in question is, I'm going to actually name them as the New Asian Girl and the response as client. New Asian Girl starts off with, hi, how are you? Very well, thanks. Do you like to come over? is the response from the New Asian girl. Client response, yes please. I finish work tonight at 7:30 p.m. Client then also asked, what do you offer and whereabouts are you? The first response from the New Asian girl is Gibson Close, South Hedland. Second response from the New Asian girl is what offer you want. The client responds clearly with sex. And then the client's second response asks if that's okay, in which the New Asian girl first response was, yes, we can. And then the New Asian girl response is half, 150, 1 hour, 250. This is where I will refer back to the OCM minutes from the 30th of August with the council decision that I've previously referenced. One that stipulates for the approval of the application on point 4 is that it shouldn't be used for a provision of sexual services as defined under the Prostitution Act. 6.1 on the application, the operating hours is between 9:30 and 6:30 p.m. Clearly they needed to come at 7:30 and they're accepting that. So from that text message, one could assume that the operating hours are out of these approved operational hours after 6:30. Now, under the risk management considerations from the 30th of August OCM minutes, where it says cause, it actually says fail to comply. The effect, which is a consequence, the town may refuse, and the conclusion basically says this proposal is generally consistent with the town's local planning scheme of number 7. It then goes on to say about how many clients are going to be having, hours of operation, and based on the information provided, the nature of the business does not suggest excessive amount of traffic and so on. But that's probably not what I'm standing up here for. So, it was reported in the article in the North West Telegraph on the 18th of October 2023 that the Director of Regulatory Services said the councils had been informed of the residents' objection, and then states any suggestion that elected members or members of the community are being misled is incorrect. It goes on to say that elected members were given this information through confidential briefings. Taking into consideration what was written in the article, my questions at question time, and the extract of the concerns from a councillor in their email on the 18th of October to administration staff stating that they were unhappy, that it was publicly implied that they had been given all the necessary information to make a sound decision. I've attached the email and screenshot of the text messages to the documents you received at question time where you can make your own interpretation of this. In conclusion, of all of what I have said and the documents given to you all, I would hope that you would consider this statement to be a complaint about this activity and consider reviewing the approval decision of this application on the basis that the applicant has failed to comply to the recommended conditions of approval under the town's local planning scheme number 7 by revoking this decision, as we do not want alleged brothels in residential areas in the town of Port Hedland, as it is first and foremost illegal. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any more public statements at all? Sorry, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Yeah, g'day all. John Ashton, 11 Spoonbill Crescent, South Hedland. I'm concerned and disappointed about the way our council and administration have been managing our town. It's a concern that many of us share, and it's time that we address it head on. First and foremost, it's disheartening to see a pattern of relentless rate increases that have undue burden on our hard-working residents. We've witnessed a staggering budget overrun in the millions, and what's equally troubling is an apparent lack of accountability for this significant financial lapse. In any responsible organisation, when budgets are exceeded in such multitude, those responsible would be held accountable. We must demand transparency and answers in this regard. Furthermore, it has come to my attention that the Mayor, our elected leader, has been dismissive of questions and concerns raised by our residents. Open dialogue and transparency, the Mayor's tendency is to stifle questions and statements by saying, thank you very much, sit down, you've had your questions, simply because they may not align with his personal preferences, is a disservice to the very people who elected him to represent our interests. In our town council meetings, I've observed firsthand the disregard for the voices of those in attendance. Requests made by residents are too often ignored, and decisions seem to be made unilaterally without a genuine effort to consider the input and the concerns of our community. Moreover, it's disheartening to see a tilt towards minority activist groups at the expense of a more balanced approach. While diversity, tolerance, empathy and inclusions are vital principles, they should not be wielded as tools to suppress alternative viewpoints. Our town is composed of a multitude of perspectives, and all should be heard and considered, not just those that align with certain agendas. As engaged residents, we have a right to hold our council accountable and to demand our concerns to be heard and addressed. Our elected officials should represent the entire community, not just a select few. It's time for the re-evaluation of our priorities and a renewed commitment to the principles of fairness, transparency and true representation. Let us work together to ensure our council truly serves the interests and the needs of all residents, fostering an environment where every voice is heard and respected. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any more public statements at all? Okay, I will close. Oh, sorry, yeah. Thank you, Ms. Gillingham. Please come forward, state your name and address for the record, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Carter. Jan Gillingham, 3 Simmons Street, Port Hedland, West Australia. I do have something to read out from Renee Coles. She unfortunately has work commitments and she will be emailing this through. I also do have a copy on my iPad. She would like to say the following. The early hours of Wednesday morning, a horrific tragedy rocked not only my family but others in this community as well. We personally would like to acknowledge newly elected members, Deputy Mayor Christensen, Councillor Blanco, Councillor Butson, newly appointed Director of Finance Steve Leeson, and sitting member Councillor Eckhart, and Town of Port Hedland staff at recent events since the tragedy. I'm sure most of you will understand what that tragedy is. Your compassion towards myself, a former councillor of 3 years, and my family shows you have the best interests of this community at heart. Your integrity and leadership qualities to reach out in that time of need went above and beyond, and I know you have just what this town needs to move forward. Thank you for checking in with us to offer support. Thank you also for the advice and your complete commitment to the role you put your name forward for. Town Port Hedland staff, thank you for your compassion as well, advice and support. Now I would like to refer to glossy print community safety plan. Looks amazing in print, and thank you to everyone who worked tirelessly on this, however. Renee goes on to say, in my opinion, there is one element that needs to be truly worked on: victim of crime. This is not just for those directly impacted, but also for the families that have been impacted by a member of their own family committing the alleged offence. Healing for all only happens when everyone comes together to form a closure. Education is a key element and should never be stepped on lightly, only to be reinstated when a tragedy occurs. This town can only move forward with measurable outcomes when round table meetings stop and the true measurable outcomes are achieved. She says, yours thankfully, Renee Coles, 58 Green Place, South Headland, WA 6722. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Kay. Thank you. Do you have any more public statements at all? Okay, I will close public statement time at 6:26 p.m. 6.3, petition, deputation, presentation, submissions. There is nil. Item 7, question for members without notice. Are there any elected members have any questions at all?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I
Yes,
have
Mr. Blanco, yes.
quite a few, so bear with me. And I have got a document here with my questions, my requests on them, which I'll hand in. I just want to say thanks to the people that voted in the local election. You know, it was a poor outcome by the community. You know, 9,000 ballots going out and only, you know, 1,500 returned. So hopefully we do better next time. Now, I was given a document to sign. It's called Conditions for Computer and Communication Use Agreement. This document sets out the conditions under which we agree to operate when using external emails and or internet electronic facilities provided by the town of Port Hedland. Now, I do not agree with this document. It states that an employee or contractor, now this refers to employees and contractors, so I don't know why council members have got this, but we did get it and we were asked to sign it. It states in the document that an employee or contractor shall have no expectation of privacy in connection with the use of council equipment or with the transmission, receipt or storage information in this equipment. The town of Port Hedland has the right to monitor employees or contractors' use of equipment at any time at its discretion. Such monitoring may include the interception of telephonic communication as well as printing and reading all emails entered, leaving or stored in these systems. So you get the point. It also goes on to say if you don't abide by it, there's going to be legal action. Now, this is something straight out of the Communist Handbook. So let me make this very clear that I don't give any such authority to anyone and I will not sign it. And as well as that, I will hand back the computer and use my own. So I'll need the administration to help me with the document things, and we'll put it in my computer. And I suggest to other councillors that you need to think about that very carefully before you sign something like that. I have a few questions I have a few questions and some requests for information. So I'll speed read this stuff, and hopefully we have agreement. So firstly, I would like the report commissioned by the state government into the dissolving of the Town of Port Hedland Council in October 2019. Can we request that from the Minister of Local Government? I started engaging with Horizon Power in 2018 in relation to ongoing street lighting operation audits and reducing the town power bill by replacing street lights to LED. You know, that reduces our power consumption by about 75 to 80%. Can I get those notes or any notes that we've got on Horizon Power and the meeting info in relation to light operation reports, LED replacement program results, how many have been replaced and how many halogen globes are left and also the percentage decrease of power usage for the town of Port Hedland. Are we still meeting with Horizon Power on a half-yearly basis? And also, why do we have light poles that are damaged and not replaced? And why do we have light poles that have been laying on the ground, some for over a year? The next one, we have flood pumps in Port Hedland in the West End. These pumps stop the businesses around the West End from going underwater. We've in the past paid compensation to business operators because the pumps didn't work when the rains came. The drainage also contributes to the issue because the debris blocks the water inlet to the pumps. So, can I get a maintenance program and a report on the maintenance program over the last 3 years, when we maintained, how much it costs, when it was done, and also the maintenance program moving forward. Woolwork Road Bridge needs to be swept, and there's rubbish all over the fences, and the footpaths around that area are covered in sand and rocks. You know, people doing wheelies around there. So, are we able to get that sorted out? Pinga Street cost us about $7 million to widen in 2015. Can we look at repairing the intersection of Pinga and Murrumbine before the rain season and see what we can do about the damage being inflicted by Sims Metals trucks that are accessing Pinga? The curbing on the medium strip at the intersection of Pinga and Great Northern Highway is coming away from the island, and it needs to be swept there as well. The South Hedland Shopping Centre entry on Wise Terrace is a dirty disgrace. 60% of Hedland lives in South, and our people use that area weekly. I need that area to be cleaned up. I need a cleaning maintenance program restarted. We had that going, you know, in 2018, 2019. So we would clean that area 3 times a week. Wise Terrace is council property. Now, if you don't have a, if you can't do this request due to budget restraints, can you let me know, and I can put a motion forward to council to bring the item to the 29th of November meeting. The Port Hedland Community Sporting and Community Hub building was advertised as having a $10 million contribution by the state government. The WA state budget papers outline the estimated actual payment to the town as about 10 million, but it's very vague in there. So I've only seen a $7 million payment in our budget papers. So can I get the dates and the payments, the payment contributions from WA state government adding up to the $10 million, so I can see where they are. And also for the Port Hedland Sporting and Community Hub, can I get the occupancy permit as well, with the dates, the issue dates on the document? Can I get a copy of the agreement deed between the town of Port Hedland and the WA state government on the marina development? And an explanation on why we changed the funding deal from an agreed 24 million to now giving 39.857 million of ratepayers' money to the state government for the marina development. And the report that outlines what exactly we're getting for our money before and after the changes to the contribution amount. Previously, Councillor Gillingham requested information on the Holbein Group in Vietnam that Mayor Carter has been engaged with. Council was told Holbein would present to Council, and I haven't seen any information come in about that. I'm unclear as to whether councillors have received that. So if you have got something, I would like it. And if you haven't, I want to know why we haven't received anything. And can we get an explanation on that? And I'll take that one on notice, Mr. Mayor, for yourself. And also, can I request a report from the RDA, Regional Development Australia, into the detail of the meetings held with the RDA, Mayor Peter Carter and the Hoabing Group. Now, I've spoken to the RDA CEO and he is fine with providing the detail of those meetings to the council members. Can I get a copy of all meeting notes between the CEO and the Mayor for the last 24 months? This stuff is so I can get updated on what is going on in the town of Port Hedland. So for members of the public that don't understand, the Mayor should have a meeting with the CEO and bring any issues that the council takes to the Mayor, and then the Mayor then provides that information to the CEO, and that meeting should be held once a week, so everybody's informed about what's going on. So I would like the last 24 months of notes in relation to that. Also, I want to know what's been done to bring the MacDan up to standard in terms of public safety, and also in terms of the air conditioning system not working. Now, the girls, the dancing girls have complained bitterly about that. We have got some other events coming up, so I want to know quick what is happening there with that. I've received complaints about the venue not providing all the safety requirements that the town is legislated to provide with the amount of people that are attending that venue. So what I want to know, when did the administration know? Why the council hasn't been told about any issues that might be there? What is the plan moving forward? And we have, the next dance event in November. So we need to find out what's going on there quickly. Next is, can I get the life cost cycle information of each of our major assets that informs the yearly budget and the LTFP, long-term financial plan. So I'm talking about our stadium, our civic centre, our ovals, our depot, race club building, the South Hedland TAFE, parks, roads, tip, etc. This stuff here informs the budget, and that's how we build the budget, and we know what is going on or how much to charge in the budget. I'm also after a full list of creditor payments with each creditor's financial year total for 2021, 2022, and each creditor's financial year total paid by the town to each creditor for 2022 and 2023, and again for the current budget of 23 and 24. So this is, quite easy to do, and I used to get a list of these previously. So it's very helpful to the council to understand what's going on with this document. Now, the Minister of Ports and Local Government, Dave Michael, and the Minister of Housing, John Kerry, announced the extension to the West End Voluntary Buyback Scheme and made a $22 million available to the future development of Hedland. So can I ask the town to send a request for information to both ministers on how much has the West End Voluntary Buyback Scheme generated in sales? Why are the purchased houses now being rented out, considering the intent of the buyback proposal was about the health risk issues associated with living and working in that dusty environment? What is the 22 million allocation specifically for? When is the state government going to build housing in Hedland to reduce the stress created by the state renting large amounts of privately owned houses across all agencies to fill their workers' accommodation requirements? And what is the cost to the state of WA in rent charges in the town of Port Hedland? I would also like to know what the staff turnover percentage for the last 3 financial years is. That is the end of my questions. Mr. Mayor, can I just ask if there is any problems with any of those questions and any of the information that I've asked for, is there any problems with the council receiving that?
You have a lot of questions there, Mr. Blanco. We'll still take some time to get them through, but I'm sure we can get them all to you.
I need to know whether it is okay to receive all of that information. It
will take some time. Okay.
Okay.
It will take some time.
How much time?
It will take some time.
Okay. I'd like to put a motion forward, Mr. Mayor, that that the council receive this information within 2 weeks.
That's impossible.
I move a motion to ensure that the council receives this information in the next 2 weeks. I've moved a motion. Mr. Mayor, can I get a seconder for my motion?
Is there a seconder for Councillor Blanco's motion? Is anyone against that motion?
I'm against the motion.
We'll go to debate.
Okay. So, Mr. Mayor, you know, it's clear that the questions that I have just asked educate the council in the decision-making process. These questions and this information that will be supplied, or hopefully is supplied to the council, will highlight a lot of stuff that you need to know. All right, and you councillors, you should be looking at this sort of stuff. It is how I was able to decipher all of the information that I received previously a lot quicker. So it's all you need to do is you know, support the motion and get the information, and then you'll understand, you know, how easy it is to actually you know, understand some of the complex items that we you know, have to deal with on a monthly basis.
Is that all? Is that all, Mr. Blanco? That's all? That's it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Button, your second. No comments? Okay, anyone against that motion? Yeah. Councillor Turner?
Against it. I'm not against the questions that are asked. I think it's important that council's informed. I'm against the time frame. I think 2 weeks is not enough time. Well, it places undue stress on the administration, and I think the time frame needs to be negotiated with Councillor Blanco. 2 weeks for that volume of work and the complexity of what's been asked, given the historical nature, I think is just going to tie up the administration. So I don't oppose the questions, I just oppose the time frame.
Thank you, Councillor. Anyone else for? Yes, Councillor Urquhart.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would respectfully disagree with Councillor Turner. We've got only 3 weeks to the next agenda feedback session, which is going to lead into the next council meeting. I think 2 weeks is a fair and reasonable request.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Urquhart. Anyone else against? Councillor Blanco, sorry. Yes,
Thank you for
sorry.
reply.
No, I just want to have a point of clarification first, if I may. We're making these assumptions on what we feel is adequate timing. Can I ask through the chair that we ask the CEO or the administration who will be asked to present this information on rough timeframes they believe will come through, so we can compare the two, please?
Yes, certainly, CEO.
I object to that.
Councillor Blanco.
I object to it. We're in debate. This is a council debate.
Okay, I'll correct. I'll redirect. Can I ask for clarification through the member who's raised the motion, can you please explain to me how you come up with 2 weeks being an adequate time frame to deliver what you've requested, please?
I can do that in my closing submission, yes?
Yes, certainly. Okay, sum up.
Okay, right reply?
Sum it up.
Okay, I find it unusual that council members would, object to getting more information that gives them the opportunity to, find out in depth the workings of the town. But in response to Councillor I should have a list of names. Christensen. These requests are simply done through our computer system. It doesn't take long to spit out reports about monthly or yearly amounts in the budget. This stuff is, done in 5 minutes. Because our computer system should be able to handle that, because we should be up to date with all of our information that is put into our system. So I don't see 2 weeks as being, too long. I actually think 2 weeks is very generous. And that's it. Thank you.
Can I push to move an amendment then, please?
Yes, certainly, Councillor Christensen.
Can I request through...
I don't agree with the amendment.
Proceed, Councillor Christensen.
Just requesting to see if we can potentially stretch this out to the next meeting, not on the end of this month, but the first meeting in December, allowing more time, or with the other member who's raising this, be willing to prioritise certain levels of this request information. Bearing in mind that a lot of this won't be on, from what I can see, on the agenda for next meeting's agenda. Would you be open to any of those?
I don't agree with any amendment changes.
Oh, then we'll put it to the vote then. Okay. Okay, all those in favour? All those against?
Can I get a count?
5-4. It's carried.
For or for against?
Carried.
Carried? Thank you. I have one more, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to move a notice of motion for the 29th of November OCM to revoke the Gibson Close decision made by the council on the 30th of August. That is my motion. I can give you an explanation if you like.
Proceed.
So, council members, this is just a process. A notice of motion is to give the administration time to put an item together to come to council. It is not a decision that we make right now. It will be, if you call a notice of motion, the administration will put the item together and it will come to us at the next meeting. So then we can have the debate and we can have all of the information provided to us, and then we can move forward and make a decision, yay or nay, on Gibson Close. So I've moved a motion. Can I get a second?
Sorry, a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Councillor Butson. Is anyone against? Okay. Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Councillor. Do we have any more questions from councillors? Okay, I will.
Can I just give you the yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item number 8, announcement by the presiding member without notice. I will also note there is 2 date changes on the meetings from the 14th of the 8th and 14th of the 8th. Should read 14th and 9th, 14th and 9th on that agenda. Thank you. Sorry? I'm sorry, don't interrupt, sorry. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt, sorry. Don't interrupt, thank you. Sorry, excuse me. Excuse. Sorry, I can't hear it. I can't hear a word you're saying. Thank you. Okay, item number 9. Declaration from all members who have given due consideration to all matters contained in the business paper before me. I invite all elected members to declare a show of hands that they've given due consideration to all matters contained in the agenda. Have a show of hands, please. Yep, motion's carried. Thank you. Item number 10, confirmation of minutes of previous meeting. We have officer's recommendation before us at council. Confirm the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on Wednesday the 27th of September 2023 to be a true and correct record. Can I have a mover, please? Move. I thank you, Councillor Christensen. Have a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Turner. Is anyone against? Motion's carried. Thank you. We have an office recommendation before us that council confirm the minutes of the special council meeting held on the Monday, the 23rd of October 2023 to be a true and correct record. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Urquhart. Seconder, thank you, Councillor Christensen. Is anyone against the motion? Motion's carried. Thank you. Before we move on to reports of communities and officers, I remind members of the public not to take any action on council's decision on items on the scene's agenda which may they have an interest in, until formally notified in writing by the town has been received. Decisions made at this council meeting can be revoked in line with the Local Government Act 1995. Item number 11, reports from communities, there is nil. Item number 12, reports from officers. 12.1, corporate services. We have office recommendation before us that requires a simple majority vote from council. 1, that council, pursuant to the regulations number 12 of the Local Government Act Administration Regulations 1996, by 1, approve the ordinary council meeting scheduled for 2024 calendar year, and 2, approve the Audit and Risk Compliance Committee meeting scheduled shown in the 2024 calendar year, and 3, request the Chief Executive Officer and his authorised officer to advertise the approved dates in the way of public notice on the Town of Port Hedland's official website. Go for a mover, please.
So moved.
Thank you, Councillor Blanco. A seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Turner. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you. (12.1.2) The appointment of councillors to the Town of Port Hedland Audit and Risk Compliance Committee. We have an office recommendation before us that council, an absolute majority vote is required for this. The council, 1, retain the Audit and Risk Compliance Committee terms of reference as per attachment 1, and 2, appoint 3 elected members of council to become members of the Audit and Risk Compliance Committee. Can I have...
Mr Mayor, I'll move with a amendment.
Yes, what's the amendment?
We did discuss having 4 council members. The item should have been changed to 4, and it doesn't look like it was. But I will move.
That was the CEO's Performance Review Committee, not.
Oh, okay. I know. I did suggest that every council member should be on this one.
There's 3. Thank you. Okay, so looking for 3 elected members to go on this.
I'm definitely...
Councillor Blanco?
Yes.
Yep. Yes. Councillor Turner?
I'll put my hand up.
And Councillor Butson?
Oh, Mr Mayor,
Yes.
Have we moved this one? We have.
Yes.
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 Did we have a seconder? No. I wanted to move it with an amendment, and the amendment was to bring the terms of reference from the Audit Risk Committee to Council for review before June 2024.
Okay. Yep. Seconded. Yep. Okay. So, yes. Yes, Councillor Christian, second. Yeah. Yeah, we'll move the amendment first, yeah. Okay, can I move it on the amendment? Councillor Blanco, and Zoe seconded it. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, is anyone against that? No, motion's carried. Thank you. Amendment's carried, yes. Okay, standard motion. Yeah, we'll move on. Standard motion.
There's a new point 3,
Yep.
Mr Mayor, which
Yep.
is the amendment, which is the
Mr. Blanco, isn't it?
review in June 2024. You need to move the amended substantive motion.
Yes.
Okay, can I just get some clarification on that? I moved the motion with an amendment,
Yes, correct.
yes? So it should have been passed with the amendment.
Yep. Done. Okay. Done. Okay. Amendment's up there. Yeah, with that amendment?
Yep, that's fine.
Right. Yep, okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, moving on to 12.1.3. Yes, pass it. Yeah. Oh, wait, type. Okay. Yeah, that's carried. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 12.1.3. CEO Performance Review Committee review terms of reference.
Can I move, Mr Mayor, with a amendment?
Yes, Mr Blanco.
I'd just like the council to receive a copy of the CEO contract and the KRA list. And
anything else?
And I elect to go onto that committee as well.
Mr Blanco. Do you have any other councillors who'd like to go on the performance review? Yes. Oh, Ms. Buckley, turn your speaker off. Sorry, that's it. Thank you.
So through the chair, before we ask for people to jump on it, can we sort out the amendment, agree on the amendment, and then move forward, please?
Certainly. Okay, so we have officer arrangement before us that requires absolute majority.
It's been removed with a part 4.
Part 4, yes.
That's great.
Yep. Is there a seconder for that? Part 4?
Can I have a point of order?
Yes,
I'd just like to challenge Councillor Blanco's nomination to be on that council on the basis that he has previously called for the CEO's resignation or removal. And so I guess I'm questioning his openness to being sitting on that without prejudice. And I'd just like some clarification as to whether that's in line with standing orders and whether he's able to actually sit on that committee.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Turner. Like to reply to that, Mr. Baker?
Well, not really. It's really nothing to do with Councillor Turner whether I elect to be on the CEO's review. If the CEO has a problem with me being on it, then he can, put the complaints in to the appropriate authority, and we can run the process. I don't have any problems with that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Baker. Okay, do we have any other people who'd like to go on the CEO's performance review? Yes, Councillor Christensen. And myself.
You're already on there.
Yeah.
I'll nominate myself.
Yep, Councillor Turner. That's the 4. Okay. Yes, anyone else like to be on it? before? Okay. Yep. Can I have a second on that, please? Second, Mr. Loco, thank you. You moved it. I'm saying you moved it. Yeah. Second to Councillor Butson, thank you. Okay, you're against? Okay, motion's carried, thank you. Okay, 12.1.4, Statement of Financial Activity for July 2023. We have two offers of recommendation before us. Recommendation 1 was deferred from the 30th of August 2023 Ordinary Council meeting that requires a simple majority vote. 1, received a statement of financial activity for the period ending 30 July 2023 as shown as attachment 1, and 2, received the material variance report as shown as statement on note 2 of attachment 1, and 3, note the accounts paid under delegated authority for the period ending 31st of July 2023 as shown in attachment 2, and 4, received the purchasing credit card for the period ending 31st of July 2023 as shown in attachment 3 and attachment 4. Can I have a mover, please?
I'll move recommendation 1, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Can I have a seconder, please? Yep. Thank you, Councillor Arentz. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you.
Recommendation 1.
Yeah, that was the first recommendation, number 1. Yeah, number 2. Yep. Recommendation number 2 was deferred from August 30th, 2023, the Ordinary Council meeting that requires absolute majority vote. That Council 1, pursuant to Section 6.81B of the Local Government Act 1995, and authorise the Town of Port Hedland 2023-24 annual budget to be amended as shown. Can I have a mover, please?
Mr. Mayor, I have some questions on this.
Yes, Mr. Plaker.
Recommendation.
The recommendation?
Yep.
Number 2?
Yes.
It's basically, it was deferred from the Ordinary Council meeting on the 30th of August.
I understand, yes.
Yep. The Council pursuant to Section 6.81B of the Local Government Act 1995.
I have some questions, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, certainly.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Can I get an explanation as to exactly how the admin can authorise a contract worth $1.3 million without any budget authority relating to Yandiara Road? Yes, that is my first question.
Okay, I might hand that over to one of the directors, Lee. Thank you.
The works were performed by the town's panels.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, this approval requires council approval. All right. It also requires that the money first be in the budget. We cannot spend any money unless it's in the budget. Now, we haven't approved this money to go in the budget. So, as we have discussed previously, this contract has been awarded and the contractor is doing the work on the road. As well as that, I have an email from Pilbara Development Commission who have done a search on the Town of Port Hedland closed tenders and they couldn't find anything on Yandiara. So they are unclear how this tender went out and was awarded, considering the delegated authority of the CEO and the directors. Now, can I get an explanation as to how the Town of Port Hedland was able to authorise a contractor to start work on a $1.2 million project? The information that we've received, in addition to what's in here, suggests that the contract will end up costing about 1.2. So regardless whether the CEO had $1 million authority or he's got a 750,000 authority, the authority is not there. So can I get an explanation as how the contract was awarded? Mr. Mayor.
I might pass it to the Director. Lee, you'd like to...
So, as I said, and as has been explained to the councils through the information I provided, the work was undertaken using council's panels. The panels have been pre-tendered and provide the ability for council to undertake works within that range of services that the panel has.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, again, my question has not been answered. We have an issue on delegated authority here. So council members need to be clear on this. If we allow these practices to continue, then that means we don't understand what is going on with our money. My understanding, and I can be corrected at any time by any director or the CEO in this statement, and I'm happy to be corrected, my understanding of the delegation of the town of Port Hedland is directors have a $250,000 delegation and the CEO has a $750,000 delegation. So directors are only allowed to approve up to $250,000. If there is a contract that goes up to $750,000, the CEO will then sign that contract. If it goes over $750,000, the council will authorise the payment or the tender. We have issues here. There was no tender issued. Okay. No tender issued. Authorisation well above the delegation. There's only a couple of ways this can happen. Is if the directors believe that they can amalgamate their authorities and then add the CEO's authority, which gives us 1.75 million delegation authority. If they believe they can do that, that's called tender avoidance. I can be corrected any time by anybody if you don't believe I'm correct. But we have an issue with this tender that has been already given out. I've been here 5 minutes and this sort of stuff doesn't happen on my watch. Okay, we play by the rules. So I'm requesting now that we do an investigation into the tender process of the town of Port Hedland, considering I can't get an answer out of my directors. Mr. Mayor?
I think the Director would respond to you in due course. Hopefully you'll get a response from the Director.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go back to the office.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
May I ask a question? If we're going to get an answer in due course,
yes,
how are we going to make a decision on this tonight?
Mayor, I'm happy to answer that question.
Well, accept the office recommendation number 1, which we have done. The recommendation number 2, we can. We can probably defer it.
Mr. Mayor, the recommendation, I can answer this question, so the council has an understanding.
Okay, please.
Well, you need to be clear to the council, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, the recommendation, Councillor Eckert, is to receive funding. That's the recommendation. There's no reason why the town should not pass that recommendation and receive those funds.
Okay.
That's the right answer, thank you.
Okay. All right, so we'll continue on. Okay, office recommendation. Yeah. Okay, a mover, please, on the recommendation. Move. Thank you, Mr. Planko. A seconder, please. Second. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. 12.1.5, 2023-24 budget statement constituent annuals. We have also recognised before us that, the office recognised before us that we deferred, which was deferred from the 27th of September 2023 ordinary council meeting that requires an absolute majority vote. The council, one, adopts the 2023-24 annual budget restatement of comparisons of 2022-2023 actuals, and 2, pursuant to S 6.8 of the Local Government Act 1995 and amends the Town of Port Hedland annual budget 2023-24 financials activity statement, including as Ampex 1. Can I have a mover, please?
I have a question, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Blanco.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I did a analysis of the 22-23 monthly payments, and we spent 60,000 under $180 million. Now, the budget papers suggest that we have spent, I think it's changed now. Is it 134? Is that the?
Yeah, I see the director.
Is that the new number on the total spend? 134 million. 560,000.
I'll check with the director. The finance behind you.
Mr. Mayor, the estimated 2023 actual at that time was 134. That is still subject to year-end audit, though. That is just the current forecast at that time when the budget was prepared.
Thank you.
So my question, Mr. Mayor, is we have two different numbers. I have added the monthly payments up, and we've spent $179.94 million. So I'd like to know why we state 134 million when we've actually, spent 179.4 million.
Director, would you like to answer that for us, please? Thank you.
Adding the monthly creditor payments that are reported is probably not the best way to try and tie back to the operating expenses, which are referred to there being 134. And there's a couple of reasons for that. The accounts are prepared ex-GST. The creditor payments that you refer to are inclusive of GST. The 134 of operating expenditure actually includes items such as depreciation, which are non-cash, which obviously would not reflect in the creditor's reports to council. The timing of payments, so the estimated actuals here would be related solely to those accrued for and incurred within that financial year. The July creditor payments could have a number of prior year creditor payments included in it as well. The creditor payments also would include items of capital expenditure, which are not part of that 134. So the council is not comparing apples with apples.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I have another question. I totally understand the OPEX and CAPEX differences. So my question is, why do we not have a line item in the high-level budget numbers for CAPEX or capital expenditure? So then we can see the true numbers on expenditure each year.
Is that your question? Good. Okay. I'll put that to the director again. Thank you, Steve.
Through the chair, as I've made mention of, the best statement to use is probably the one called the Statement of Financial Activity, because it has the operating activities at the top, and then halfway down, the bottom half is the investing activities. So it does show the payments for property, plant and equipment as one line, and it shows another line there which are payments for construction of infrastructure items, being your capital works.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I have another question. I'm fairly confused at the moment because I've asked this question before, and the answer from the manager of finance was that, same as the director of finance, that the OPEX and CAPEX, operational costs, and the capital costs, are not shown in the budget numbers. So my question is, why then do we show the 38 or 39 points? Well, it's nearly 40 million of funding that we gave to the state government on the marina proposal. Now that is capital expenditure, and it's shown in the numbers. Mr. Mayor?
Director.
Mr. Mayor, I don't believe I actually said that statement, so I'd like some perhaps to correct it if you don't mind. Because that payment made with regards to marina, from what I understand, isn't it wasn't capitalised because it's not actually an asset of the town.
Okay. Thank you, Director. Okay. Okay. Can I have a mover, please, on this? Move. Thank you, Councillor Turner. I have a seconder, please. Okay. Councillor Rebella, thank you. Is anyone against the motion?
Yes, I'm against, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Blanco. Okay, Councillor Turner, let's talk to.
Thank you, through the chair. Look, I'm satisfied with the explanations that's been provided by the administration and the executive. I believe that to be true, and I am satisfied. So that's really the only comment I've got.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Turner. Councillor Ravello, nothing to say? Thank you. Okay, you're against that motion? Yep.
Is that it?
Okay.
Council members, finances are complicated, and we're going to have, arguments about them. But we need to understand the finances so, we get an effective and efficient spend of our money for the ratepayers, and then we'll actually accelerate the repair of the town. But if we spend money too much money and we don't know where it's going, and we're happy to just approve anything, clearly, we're not doing the best service for our ratepayers. Now, I have added up the 12-month payments in the 22-23, and we spent nearly $180 million. I need to see $180 million in the budget somewhere, and yous need to see it as well, okay? Because then we have an understanding that the spend and the numbers are right. I also did an analysis of the 21-22, and the budget papers say we spent $63 million, when in actual fact the 12 monthly payments comes to $110 million. So, we need to have a better understanding of what is in the budget, what we're spending, what we're authorising, and, how our reserves are being depleted. And if we don't have that understanding, one day we will get up and we will be flat broke. And everybody will be giving us a hard time. And, I'm not up for that, so I need some answers as to why we put a $134.5 million number in the budget when I know we've spent $180.
Thank you, Mr. Blanco. Anyone else for? Anyone else against? Councillor Turner, sum up.
No, happy to put it to a vote.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all those in favour? One, two, three.
Sorry, I can't see hands.
Can't see hands. Four. Those against? Five. Yep. Motion's lost. Okay. Okay, item number 12.1.6, Statement of Financial Activity, 31 of August 2023. We have offered this recommendation, which was deferred for the 27th of September 2023 of the Ordinary Council meeting that requires a simple majority vote. That Council 1 received the Statement of Financial Activity for the period ending 31st of August 2023 as shown as Attachment 1, and 2, received the Material Variance Report as shown as Note 2 of Attachment 1, and 3, note the accounts paid under delegated authority for the period ending 31st of August 2023 as shown in Attachment 2, and 4, receive the purchasing credit card statements for the period ending 31st of August 2023 as shown in Attachment 3 and 4.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Blanco. Have a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Turner. Is anyone against the motion? Motion's carried. Absolute majority. Thank you, councillors. Second recommendation was deferred from the 30th of August 2023 at the Ordinary Council meeting that requires absolute majority vote. The Council, 1, to speak to Section 6.81B of the Local Government Act 1995 that authorise the Town of Port Hedland for the 2023-24 annual budget be amended as shown. Could I have a mover, please?
Could I ask some questions on this, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, certainly, Mr. Blanco.
I'd just like to know how, you know, we've had serious issues with the South Hedland Pool and we continue to have serious issues. But how did we get a 40% increase in a contractor's costs? And how are we preparing the scope of works, you know, in relation to this? It seems to me that we are putting these numbers to the council on the fly. So, you know, as we come into problems, we are then applying the funding to sort it out. Is that generally what's going on here?
I'll pass over to Lee.
So, as councillors are aware, the South Hedland Pool has experienced a number of problems. So we started to replace the liner. We had that scoped, and that was awarded. We then, once work commenced, other problems became apparent. So we then found problems with some of the return pipe work. We found problems with previous work that had been done which needed to be corrected. And this problem is now we have the pool liner coming away from the leisure pool, 50 metre pool, sorry, the leisure pool had delamination, and now the 50 metre pool has. So this is to correct that. That was not, that did not happen at the time that the first part of the project was scoped.
Thank you. That's your question, Mr. Blanco.
Mr. Mayor, yes, it did, but
Thank you.
the report
can I just get some clarification? The report states that we did some work to the pool because of the liner. The liner was fixed, and then the water testing, the pressure testing failed. So when the liner has failed, we've obviously got a leak. So we fixed the liner and we still got a leak. What I want to know is, was the liner okay, and the leak was there all of the time? Okay, yeah, you understand where I'm coming from? So I'm wondering whether we have the right people working on the repair of the pool.
Well,
Mr. Mayor.
Put that to Lee.
These are people that have the contract to maintain the pool. We have got no reason to believe that they're not competent. We've been very pleased with the work thus far. It is an old pool. It suffered from a long period of little or no maintenance, and we are playing catch up with that. We undertook the work at that time because we want to actually have the pool open for the summer season at Christmas and December and January and February when it is warm, and that is the highest period of use for that facility.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, just one more comment. I might have made a mistake in the both pools. I'm talking about two different pools. I thought they were the same one. But in saying that, the repairs are with both pools, the big one and the small one. Okay.
Correct.
I just, we should be mentioning this to the public. Okay. No, we have maintained that pool. We have spent tens of millions of dollars on that pool. That pool is at end of life. It needs to go. Otherwise, we're going to be talking about this continuously year on year, and we're going to be throwing millions of dollars at it continuously. So that, I know that people in the public think that these assets is going to last us into the middle of next century, but I'm afraid they're not. We're going to have to get rid of it because we are just wasting ratepayers' money and continuing to fix a 50-year-old pool. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Blanco. Okay, I'm going to put that one to the vote. Yes. Can I move it, please? Move. Thank you, Mr. Blanco.
I'll second it.
Second. Thank you, Councillor Butson. Anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. Okay, 12.2.1 Community Services, the Town of Port Hedland Accessing Action Plan 2022-23. Progress report. We have an officer recommendation before us that was deferred from the 27th of September 2023 at the Ordinary Council meeting that requires a simple majority vote. The Council received a note from the Town of Port Hedland Access Inclusion Plan of the 2022-2023 Progress Report as per Attachment 1. Can I have a mover, please?
Mr. Mayor, I'll move with an amendment.
Yes, what's your amendment, Mr. Blanco?
I'd just like to remove some wording in the inclusion plan, and the wording says, with a high focus on access and inclusion, including Port Hedland lesbian, gay scene, PHLAGS+, and Royal Lifesaving Society Australia. And also to remove including the horse around and the autism with horses. Just those what are they? They're associations or whatever they're called. Yes, and I can give you an example. I can give you a reason if you'd like.
Do you have a page number, Mr. Blanco?
What's that?
Page number?
Oh. What? Do we have a page number? 44.
Page 44.
Sorry, point of order. Are you talking about you want it removed from the report or from the actual inclusion plan?
Yeah, the inclusion plan, just move those words, remove those words. I can give you a reason for that.
Yeah, but a clarification on the report or in the plan?
In the plan.
Okay.
Would you like a...
I think I would like to go through the officer's recommendation first. If it doesn't get up, then go back to your amendment.
Well, I've moved it with an amendment. So would you like a explanation to the amendment?
Please.
Okay. We are welcoming and inclusive, but I don't think we should be listing specific organisations within our plan. Okay? We are inclusive and welcoming to everybody. And when you put specific organisations in there, obviously the plan or the report becomes focused on those organisations, and we don't want that. We want everybody to be inclusive. That's what it's about. It's inclusive. So I don't see why we should be, mentioning, specific organisations, because, it's discriminatory to the other organisations. Somebody is going to come in and say, well, my baseball club's not in there, or my football club's not in there, or this is not, that's not. It's for the community. We agree with the access and inclusion plan for everybody, and I think everybody understands that.
Okay. Through the chair, wish to foreshadow the original officer's recommendation. Thanks.
Is there a second of you? Yes, foreshadow. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yep. Okay, I'd like to vote on second. Yeah, amendment. Yeah. So, Mr. Blanco moved it, obviously.
Moved.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, second.
Seconder. Thank you, Councillor Turner. Is anyone against that amendment? Yep. Councillor Christensen. Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Blanco, speak for you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, like I have just said, we are supposed to be welcoming and inclusive, and by just highlighting a few organisations, the community may get a perception that, they're the ones that the report is about. And clearly it is incorrect. The Port Hedland Access and Inclusion Plan is about everybody in Port Hedland. It's about making sure everybody is or has some part of this plan. And by specifically talking about, minority groups or, groups in general, we have we lean towards the report being for those groups. So, I suggest that council, agree with my interpretation and ensure that the report includes everybody by not mentioning anybody. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Blanco. Councillor Turner.
I actually agree with the sentiments.
Okay, thank you. Is anyone against the motion? Yes, Councillor Christensen.
So I don't fully disagree with the sentiments that have been spoken about so far. My concern currently is that we are now already exhibiting a behaviour where we're happy to change major documents on the fly without conversation. People of the public might not be aware we have a briefing meeting to start with where these conversations can take place and do take place. This wasn't raised originally as concerns or questions in relation to it. I understand Member Blanco was fresh to the seat coming back. But that said, it has taken several months and several hundreds of hours to put this document together. I'll be more inclined to tackle this at a later date. By all means, I'm more than happy to address this, and if we have enough councillors concerned about that, more than happy to hear that and actually work through that with time to ensure that if we are to remove it all, then we remove everybody out of that plan so we don't come back at regular times and constantly make minor adjustments to this plan. It's got a review date there for a reason. If we wish to bring that forward, I'm more than happy to entertain that idea, but right now I'd be more comfortable, and I suggest council too, to go back to the original officer's recommendation to receive the report on that report, and then reassess an appropriate date where we can reassess this. As we can see, we're asking for a lot from the administration already. I think we need to take that into consideration and understand what's priority moving forward. So that's my part take on it. So thanks very much for the debate so far.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Christensen. Anyone else for? Anyone else against? Councillor Urquhart.
Yeah, I'd like to speak against this simply because I've had albeit very brief, rechecking of the plan as produced, and I can't find any specific mentions to the groupings that Councillor Blanco has raised. I can see them in the officer's recommendation report. That's fine, but the actual access and inclusion plan itself doesn't specify these community groups like Royal Lifesaving, horsing around, autism with horses. None of that is actually specifically mentioned in the inclusion plan. It is in our report given to us for digestion for the debate for tonight, but specifically in the inclusion plan, can't find it in there. However, as Councillor Christensen said, quite happy to receive and note the inclusion plan for tonight, and if we need to review, because there may be some specifics in there, I agree with Councillor Blanco, we don't need to make specifics, it should be all inclusive.
That's all. Thank you, Councillor Urquhart. Anyone else for? Anyone else against? Mr. Blanco, somewhat?
Well, I'll stand corrected if I've read the wrong report. Did I read the inclusion plan or did I read the report? Can I get? Are those words in the inclusion plan?
Point of order through the chair. We've just made a note before when I requested information during debate. Can we please hold all members to account and ensure that debate is closed?
Certainly. Yes. Okay, now put it to the vote.
Mr. Mayor, I haven't finished yet.
Yep.
So I'll stand corrected if these words are not in the inclusion plan. I thought I did read the inclusion plan. But if they are not in the inclusion plan, then I'm happy for it to go ahead. And I would... Yes, it's strange now because I've got right to reply and we can't get any clarification. So, okay.
Yes. By way of clarification, we are not talking about the plan, we are talking about the progress report for the plan. It is in your attachments, my understanding, and the director can correct me, but there are some references to those groups in that progress report. Thank you.
Okay, so if the plan moves ahead without suggesting different groups, then I'm happy for that to go ahead. But like I've said, I don't think it's appropriate for individual organisations to be mentioned within the inclusion plan. And I would then suggest that the administration, doesn't put those sort of things in our reports and generalises the inclusion of everybody rather than focusing on specific groups. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Blanco. All right, now put it to the vote on the amendment.
It's just clarifying, Mr. Mayor, it's the motion with the amendment. So for the benefit of the record-keeping people, I would suggest that you make number 1, that council receive and note the plan, and have a point 2, which talks about the removal of the words that Councillor Blanco referenced, which are on page 44, related to flags, Royal Lifesaving and horsing around. So just for clarification, Mr. Mayor.
Yep. Yeah, it's up there. Okay, we're going to put it to the vote. Yeah. Unfinished topic. Yes.
Point of reference then, because this now changes the dynamic of debate. So we're debating the fact of changing these names out of the plan. Now we're saying that we want to move the names out of the report, which is a completely different argument that we're going to have for those two simultaneous arguments.
We have a mover. Do we have a seconder?
Point of order first. So can I ask for the point of order to be called for first, please? I've asked for the fact that the original motion has now been amended again after the first amendment, because we were debating the plan, not the report. Hence the reason I asked twice to clarify, are we talking about the plan or are we talking about the report? There's two different things here that have now taken place. So can I get some clarification on what we're doing? If this is going to be, then we have to do another conversation around because we debated the plan.
My understanding, and Councillor Blanco can correct me, was that he moved the officer recommendation with an amendment, which is now sort of written in front of you as part 2, and he is referencing the removal of those words from the progress report.
And you go back and you listen, he said the inclusion plan. So we debated the plan. Go back and listen to our conversations, because what people can agree with the plan, and this report is naming names to say that's what we've done in the past. The argument will be different.
Yeah. I'm happy to.
Again, we're debating 12.2.1, which
Correct.
is the Town of Port Hedland Access Inclusion Plan.
Correct. Progress. It's just a progress.
Progress report.
Progress.
It's the progress report.
Yeah, that's correct.
Not the plan.
Well, yeah.
I hear what you're saying, Chief,
I
but
thought we were voting the plan.
the whole nature of the debate, for and against, was the plan. Of the progress report.
Yes. So we're going to vote on the plan, on the amendments.
Yes.
Okay? All right, okay. Yes, that's correct.
Progress report.
Yeah. Or we debated the progress report.
Mr. Mayor, if we are talking about the progress report, then I don't see any issues with putting the motion forward with the progress report. Okay.
As 1 and 2?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not asking to remove the names of the organisations from the progress report?
From the report, yes.
From the report.
So that will bring a different debate that we've just had.
Why?
Through the chair, I said it will make a change because, again, we were debating whether or not the names be in the plan, which then drive and direct the progress report. So what I'm saying is there's a different argument for the report to the plan.
I don't see the difference. If we're talking about the progress report, we don't name different organisations because it's about everybody. If we're talking about the inclusion plan, we don't name everybody. We just, it's about, we don't name specific organisations.
Of course you name specific organisations if we used them to actually get the plan sorted.
Okay, so let's go back to...
Mr. Mayor, just takes to the vote.
Respectfully, the progress report has gone to these groups in consultation, and that's how they've made the progress report to come to us. They're giving us, in the progress report, they're telling us what steps the town has taken to come up with the access and inclusion plan. Now, none of these groups appear in the plan. They appear in the progress report to us for noting. Now, agreed with Deputy Mayor. When we were having the debate on the motion with the amendment, everyone that spoke for and against wasn't talking about the progress report. They were talking about the removal of the naming of these groups within the plan, not the report.
So through the chair, I'll put that we reopen debate on the now worded motion, being that, in my opinion, it has changed from the original verbalised amendment that was approved, which is plan. And I'm happy to go back and be corrected. It's recorded for this reason. More than happy to take it back on board.
And Mr. Mayor, can I get some clarification first? We've got a mover in me. Do we have a seconder?
Yes, the Councillor Turner seconded.
Turner second?
Yep.
Can I, the progress report then is just document to council?
Correct.
For, then with the authorisation of the seconder, I will withdraw my request.
Okay, number 2. Yep.
Agreed? Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, that was clear. So,
no, we are back to the
original
officer
recommendation.
So I'll move the officer's recommendation as
is. As is. Okay. Can I have a seconder, please? Councillor Turner. Okay. Is anyone against the motion? Okay. Motion is carried. Thank you. Thank you, councillors. Okay. 12.2.2. The Town of Port Hedland Youth Development Plan Progress Report 2022-23. Development, yeah. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, can I get some clarification on that?
Yes, Mr. Blackett.
The progress report. Well, I'm just reading to make sure.
Yes.
So,
this is the progress report. It was deferred from the 27th of September's meeting.
Okay. I move the motion, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, move Councillor Blanco. Move seconder. Councillor Urquhart. Is there any against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. Okay.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Can I just request a recess?
Yes, yes. Well,
I just need 5 minutes.
So 15-minute recess. We'll close. I'll reopen the meeting at 7:56 p.m. Okay, moving on to 12.3, regulated services, 12.3.1. We have office recommendation before us that was deferred from the 27th of September 2023 Ordinary Council meeting that requires a simple majority vote. The Council endorses submissions for 240 planning grants, funding applications to the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries via its community sports and recreation facilities funds as shown. Can I have a mover, please?
Can I ask a question on this one, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Councillor Blacker.
Do we have the detailed design and costing for this development?
Yeah, mate, it's just bear with me 2 seconds. Mr. Blake would like to repeat that last question, please. Thank you.
In relation to this item, do we have the detailed design and costing for this proposal?
Stage 1.
It's just stage 1 and 1A and 1B in the final throes of detailed design. We have, and part of that will be a QS, quantities survey. We do have a high-level quantity survey from about 6 months ago.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, could I get a copy of that that detailed design there as well?
The detailed design is not completed.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, can we move on? Okay, Councillor Christians moved it. Second, please. Thank you, Councillor Ritz. Thank you. Is anyone against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. Okay, 12.3.2, proposed Cleanaway Centre and amendments.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, can I have a seconder?
I'll second.
Thank you, Councillor Butson. Is there against the motion? Motion is carried. Thank you, councillors. Okay, 12.4, infrastructure services. 12.4.1, award tender RFT 2223-39, security services. This relates to award tender. Does any member wish to disclose behind closed doors? No? No? Okay, thank you. Can I move it, please?
Mr. Mayor, I have some questions on this one.
Yes, councillor.
I read this whole report, and we have an estimated value, which is listed, but budget value, it says unknown. The details within the report effectively state that this security engagement is on an ad hoc basis. So can I get some clarification around that and the on the ad hoc basis? What do we mean by that?
Please.
What we mean by ad hoc is that there are a number of security services that we do not know we're going to need security services for. So they could be events, they could be, for instance, we had an upswing in antisocial behaviour about 3 years ago, and we put extra security at some of our facilities. So that's what we mean by ad hoc. It's those times when we may need extra security services.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, can I move it, please?
Okay, I need some clarification.
Yes, certainly.
So, with this company that has got the contract, that has got the tender, is there a contract that will be in place?
After the resolution.
All right, thank you for that. Thanks.
Okay, can we move it, please?
Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Turner's moved it. Thank you. Second, please. Councillor Bennett. Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Is anyone against the motion?
Yes, I am, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Councillor Turner.
I think the contract that's been proposed provides the flexibility of response. We have changing circumstances. This is probably the number one issue in community. So I think it's imperative that we move to pass this motion so that we can ensure that we've got appropriate and flexible security measures available to the town of Port Hedland. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Turner. Councillor Bennett.
Nothing further to add.
No, okay, thank you. Is there anyone against that motion? Yep. Councillor Blanco.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Look, I'm not impressed with the report. It states, you know, that these security engagements will be an ad hoc basis. We didn't really get any data that that told us what outcomes we received from the previous spend we did. I think it was last Christmas or the Christmas before.
We did, yeah.
And whether you know, there were actually any benefits to the spend, whether the police were engaged, and whether anyone was charged. So I actually question the effectiveness of something like this. I think we can, you know, engage security firms when we need to, you know, with what we have here. But, you know, when I have a look at the information that's been provided, the attachments show questions asked by the tender applicant, and you know, I can't find the answers provided in some. The queries from the tender applicants point to the scope of the contract not being clear at all. The questions from another tender applicant, you know, and he says it is not possible to quantify ad hoc units of service. It is impractical to complete the vendor panel pricing information. So then I have a look at, you know, what the prices are, and you know, we have one a low price, and then we have one that is 300% higher. We have another one that is, you know, about 30% higher. So these security agencies don't actually know, you know, what the price is supposed to be. So that's their job. And if they don't know, I'm not clear on what the budget allocation is going to be for the town of Port Hedland. The other issue that I have here is, you know, if this contract is awarded to an external contractor, you know, I didn't see any information relating to accommodation and travel, which, you know, is quite you know, expensive when you know, you're applying these contractors. So that, in my opinion, from what I've read, will be you know, an additional cost to the contract. So, you know, and the tenderers have all put in there the estimate only, and they specified that. So I'm not happy with the tender. You know, clearly the people that have tendered were not happy with the scope, and you know, I think we should be more clear on you know, what the end cost is going to be to something like this before we award a tender like this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Blanco. Is there anyone else for? Yes, Councillor Christensen.
Thanks everyone who's pitched into the debate so far. As always exhilarating to sit around the table and debate with each other. A few points have been raised. I believe as a part of the conversation we had at the feedback session that there was some discrepancies in costs from the high level to the low level, and that was, from what I could imagine and remember, was the scope. Some companies couldn't provide the full scope and some could. The conversation was head back to us that this would be directly orientated towards the two of the more critical issues that we are needing to address, which is mobile security and the static events plus the events. I think one thing we need to really hit hard at home here is we've heard it once before from Councillor Turner, where we say this is our number one issue within community safety. Members of the public come in today to ask, you know, should they feel safe in this location, and we all sat here and agreed with them. I'll put it to us as councillors, you know, should our workers feel safe at their events? Should their workers feel safe at their location? I think that's a big part of this problem we have to address. The ad hocness, I think, relates to the issues that we do have from a demographic that comes and goes as it does need, and I think we need to be ourselves dynamic in the way that we move to address these issues when they do appear themselves. Security, it's one of those things where it's a bit hard to sit there and assume that one company is the same as every company. Training levels, skill levels, every little differences within each business I think needs to be taken into account. But first and foremost, we've been without a security provider for a fair chunk of time, as far as I'm aware. It's put some strains and some stresses inside the administration that I think this will help address immediately. So I'm a big believer that this is going to kick a lot of goals for us in ensuring that we can start to maintain some resemblance of security within inside of our events and some of our locations. So for that, I'm for this motion at the moment.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Christian. Is anyone else against? Anybody else for? No, Councillor Turner.
I think you should take it to a vote. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All those in favour, show of hands. It's 7. Those against? 2. Carried 7-2. Thank you, councillors. Okay, 12.5.1, Executive Services, elected members represented on external committees. We have office recommendation that council appoint elected members and representatives of the town of Port Hedland to the following external committees.
Mr Mayor, I'd like to apply to the JDAP, the RDA.
We're going to go one at a time, thank you.
Are we doing one at a time?
Yes.
Okay, right.
It works for them. We're going to work through them, okay? Okay, so first one up is the BHP Stakeholder Engagement Group. I call for councillor to be nominated for that, please. Councillor Butson. Is there a proxy?
I've done anyone.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anyone? Yep.
One member and one proxy.
Yeah. So Councillor Butson. I'm on there already. Yep. Yep. Good. Okay. The East Pilbara District Health Service Committee. 2 councillors. Councillor Butson. Anyone else like to be part of that group? No one to do health?
I'll do it, Mr Mayor.
Okay. Councillor Blanco, thank you.
Can I just get some clarification on that? Is that both of us have to attend at the same time, or is it just one?
It's just one.
Just one, okay.
Headland Community Road Safety Group. Yep, Councillor Christensen. Yeah, I'll actually make Councillor Christensen the chair of that group. Yeah, I'll be a proxy. Okay, Headland Senior High School Independent Board with Councillor Bennett. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Just bear with us, Mr Mayor. Deputy Mayor Chair.
Yeah, Road Safety Group, yeah.
One above, yep. And the Mayor is the proxy.
Proxy, yep. This one, Councillor Bennett. The high school, yep, okay. Well, I don't.
Yep, Hazen on next.
Where is it?
Hazen. It's not on your
It's
list.
not on my, yeah, it's not on my list. Okay. Yeah. Okay, looking for a councillor. Mayor, yep.
The Mayor
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. You go to a councillor? Councillor Bennett? Yep. Yep. Only two. Okay, the Kimberley Pilbara Gascoyne joint. Oh, Councillor Bennett's already put that. Oh.
No, we did the
Housing one's done.
They requested Councillor Bennett
Yep.
last time.
High school. Yep. Councillor Bennett? Yep. That's fine. Yep. Anyone else? That's only one person for that. Yep. Yep. Soon as I to go on. Okay.
JDAP, Mr Mayor, I'll...
The Kimberley Pilbara Gascoyne Joint Development Assessment, the JDAP panel. Anyway, 2 members. Yep, so myself. And Councillor Turner.
Can you clarify whether they are members or proxies, please, Mr Mayor?
Go down. Okay. So Councillor Turner will be proxy. Oh, you're a member, yes. Yep, you're a member. You're a member, yep.
So we will need to go to a vote on that one, Mr Mayor.
Okay.
Is there anyone else?
Is there anyone else?
I'll nominate for a member.
For a member, yep. Okay.
So are you?
Yes.
Are there any others, Mr Mayor?
No, any others? No, that's it.
Mr Mayor, we're required to nominate two. I'm happy to submit 3 names to the department, but it may well be that the department will only accept 2. We can either make the decision here on how we select 2, or you can leave it to the department, and submit 3 names
Happy.
and see if they will allow that. But I don't believe they will. They'll probably request 1 become a proxy member.
Okay, I'm happy to submit those 3 as they are. See you.
Maybe to submit all 3.
That's all 3, yep. Okay, next one is
2 proxy members, please, Mr Mayor.
for the
JDAP.
for the JDAP.
Any others?
No, that's it.
Councillor.
For this proxy.
Councillor Eckhart has.
Yep, and Councillor Christensen has as well.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next one. Okay, Local Emergency Management Committee, LIMAC, myself.
Can I just clarify, that was Mr Mayor, you
Yes.
nominated yourself?
Yes,
Deputy Mayor was the proxy?
Correct. Yep. Okay, the Northwest Defence Alliance.
Already.
There's myself on there already.
Needs 1 member and 1 proxy,
Yep.
Mr Mayor.
Yep.
Northwest Defence Alliance.
Yep. So, okay. And so you want to be again as a proxy or proxy? Okay.
Okay, so are you on that?
Yeah, I'm on
Well,
that.
we have 2 members, Mr Mayor, so we will need to decide. Sorry? My suggestion, councillors, would be that if you have more nominations than required for positions, you need to make a decision on how. I would suggest you pass a motion in terms of
It's okay.
how you might
I'll
do
remove.
that.
It's fine. I just put my name up. If no one else did, that's fine. So we got two. That's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor.
Councillor Arendts.
Okay.
Pilbara.
Pilbara Country Zone, Walga. Okay, looking for two
Could
proxies.
I just get some clarification? Was that called something else previously?
What's that?
That
Pilbara Country Zone.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I
it's
think it's been the Walga Zone for some time.
Pilbara Country Zone, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So looking for two proxies.
Councillors?
No one?
Or not?
Okay. Yep.
Councillor Turner.
Yeah, and Councillor Rebel. Yep.
All good?
Yep.
I'm just checking with these guys as we go through,
That's
Mr.
fine.
Mayor.
Yep, that's fine. The Pilbara Regional Roads. Yep. Deputy Mayor.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes, yep.
Proxy, Mr. Mayor.
Proxy. Any like roads? Councillor Turner.
Can we get some clarification on that as well? As there's only one voting position on that committee, so can we just get some clarification? We've got two people nominated as a member. It gets a bit confusing sometimes. This is what happened last year.
Oh, I didn't think you were on it, Mr. Mayor.
No, I wasn't on it.
No,
No,
the mayor is,
oh,
shouldn't
I'm
be
not-
there. I
oh.
think the mayor
Yeah,
is
I'm letting you that's,
not
yeah.
there.
Yep.
Thank you.
The Port Hedland Industry Council Community Industry Forum. FIC. So there's myself as.
No, you're not there, Mr. Mayor.
No, I'm not there. No.
Councillor Rebella.
Yeah, Councillor Bella. Yep.
Proxy.
Is there a proxy for that?
Councillor
Yep.
Arendts.
Councillor Rents. Okay, Port Hedland Technical
Mayor, I'll put my
Advisory.
hand up for that one. Pilbara Ports.
Pilbara Ports.
Yep.
Yep. Councillor Blanco. Proxy is Councillor Butson. Okay, Regional Aviation Consultant Group, myself, and a proxy, Councillor.
You've got Councillor Eckhart as well.
Yep.
Councillor Arendts. You've got two nominations for proxy, Mr. Mayor.
Only one.
And again, my suggestion would be we'd need to have a mechanism by which we differentiate. So, councillors, it may well be that I'm suggesting to you that you have a motion in terms of a method, and my suggestion is that you pass a motion to the effect that members for the appointment to the committee be determined by election using a ballot method.
Is it drop? Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Councillor Rents is drop. That's all right. Yeah, yeah. So Councillor
Thank you.
Eckhart.
That's not
That's fine.
arrogance.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Regional Couples Alliance WA. That's myself and Deputy Mayor Councillor Christensen. ADA Pilbara. It should be taken out.
Needs to be removed.
Yeah, because it's already been filled.
That's
It's already been
It's
filled.
already been filled.
It's already been filled.
Advertised, closed,
Yep,
and filled.
done.
Sorry.
Yep. It's taken out.
Advertised a month ago.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Pilbara Ports Headley Community Group. Councillor Butson and
I'd
Councillor.
like to clarify here. In fact, I'd like to state that my husband works for PPA,
Yep.
but if I could, I would like to be on that.
Certainly.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Yeah,
that out
you can
loud.
be a proxy. Yep, that's fine.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. And the Walga Road Wise Advisory Committee, Deputy Mayor Christensen, and proxy is Councillor Turner. Okay, remove from that one. Yep. Okay, is there any interest for a proxy for that one? Yep. Councillor Ritz.
Can you get a move and a seconder for the
Yeah.
motion?
Can I get a mover for those, please? Mover, Councillor Blanco. Seconder, Councillor Butson. Is anyone against the motion? No, motion's carried. Thank you, councillors. Okay. Moving on, item number 13. Motion to preview notice has been given. There are no motions which previously has been given. Item number 14. New business of urgent nature, there is nil. Item number 15, matters which immediately may be closed, there is nil. Confidential matters. Item number 16, closure. 16.1, the date of the next meeting. The date of the next ordinary council meeting will be held on Wednesday the 29th of November 2023, held at 5:30 p.m. 16.2, closure. Being there no further business, I declare the meeting closed at 8:24 p.m. I'd like to thank our new councillors and members of the public